Welcome into another episode of Automotive Insiders. I'm your host, Jason Stein. Great to have you back listening again on this platform. Across the automotive manufacturing landscape today, companies are navigating a perfect storm: inflation, supply chain volatility, and persistent margin pressure. To respond, many manufacturers have launched hundreds of cost reduction initiatives across procurement, operations, logistics, and engineering. But while the ideas are plentiful, execution, and more importantly, proving the financial impact remains a major challenge. That's exactly the problem that today's guest is focused on solving. Joining us is Amarish Kapadia from MiNDCAN, a software company launched by global automotive supplier Martinrea International to bring structured operational tools to manufacturers. Martinrea created MiNDCAN after developing internal software systems to manage programs, track cost improvements, and improve operational performance. Tools that proved so effective internally that the company spun them out as a dedicated software platform for the broader manufacturing industry. One of those tools is Profit Plus, a platform designed to help companies manage cost initiatives with the same discipline they use for revenue pipelines or capital investments. It's a real conversation about real savings here on Automotive Insiders. Amarish, thank you for joining the program. Very much appreciate you being on today.
Thank you so much, Jason. Happy to be here.
Great. Let's start with some challenges that manufacturing leaders are facing in what is an ever-changing landscape of automotive. That part never changes, the fact that it is ever-changing. But what is your view, Amarish?
So the view that we are seeing in the market from our customers, our prospects, inflation, supply chain volatility, and margin compressions are really some challenges pretty much every company is facing at this time. Companies are launching many cost reduction initiatives. That's another thing we are seeing across the board. But the challenge that most people are having is tracking this execution and making sure that they have real-time financial impact that they can see to the bottom line.
And I think that you would contend that although manufacturers have a lot of different ideas of how to improve their businesses, some just don't know how to translate that into reality of savings and or operating efficiency, correct?
That is 100% right. I always see this one thing across the board. There's no lack of ideas. There are many ideas, but execution of those ideas in a structured manner is the complexity that most companies are facing, especially if you've got multiple plants, multiple locations spread across the country or globally, which a lot of our clients and a lot of our prospects here in Michigan are.
Why do cost initiatives fail?
Well, that's a broad question, but I will give you some of the key points. Some of the common issues that we feel that cost reduction initiatives fail is because the tracking of those initiatives are very fragmented. And what I mean by that, Jason, is people use spreadsheets or emails, PowerPoint presentation during their weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly review. Second point I would say is there is no accountability structure. Yes, you have ideas and you track them on Excel, but as these ideas grow from 5, 10, 15 to 100 and into the hundreds, it's very difficult to manage, and putting the accountability on the right person and the right department truly becomes a challenge. The third one that I would say is there is no real-time visibility. Leadership only sees or gets updates during their meetings, the monthly meetings or the quarterly meetings, whatever the cadence might be depending on the company. And that is a real issue. And that's one of the reasons why it fails, because so much time goes away between your meetings that you cannot take a corrective action, and then the ideas just fizzles out. And the fourth, I would say that I would add in this category is finance cannot validate savings. There's always this whole issue, right? Procurement or operations say it's $1 million, and finance says, well, I only see $500,000 flowing through the bottom line. So those are some of the challenges that I see that organizations generally fail in managing the cost savings initiatives.
So it comes down to a lack of a system to manage the execution then.
Yeah, that's a very good way to summarize it. Yes, Jason.
How about the shifts that are leading manufacturers in to address some of these issues? Maybe you can outline what leading manufacturers are doing.
Sure. Some of the leading manufacturers that we have seen that are taking a step forward in this direction is they are wanting a structured cost initiative management system per se. They want to make sure that the updates are in real time. They do not want to get updates every 15 days a month. No, they want it in real time. So even if that means that they are getting updates on their cell phone or their iPad or their email, but they want it in real time. So anytime key things change within their savings initiatives. For example, if cost savings initiatives changes by 20%, you want to know what is going on. If a timeline changes, that you were going to implement something in 4 weeks, but now it's 8 weeks, let's find out upfront, right? So real-time operational visibility, ownership and accountability, very important. Some of the leading manufacturers are making sure that there is clear ownership, accountability, and everybody understands it. There is no confusion on who needs to do what and who needs to deliver what amount. Enterprise-wide collaboration between operations and finance and procurement, very important. You cannot operate anymore. A lot of these large companies have realized we can operate in individual silos. Though we are contributing to the bottom line for the same company, but we all need to work together because today the environment is so challenging that suppliers, that good old days of saying, give me 5% cost reduction are gone. You need to work with operations. You need to work with engineering. You need to work with procurement, and they all need to work together. Those are some of the changes we are seeing structurally shifting within manufacturing. So cost improvement should be managed the same way companies manage revenue pipeline or capital projects, which is structured manner, make it visible, and make people accountable. That's the key that companies want to make a shift towards.
This is an initiative launched in March of 24, and Martin Rea is really the engine behind that. Can you explain a bit of that background for us?
Absolutely. So MiNDCAN Inc. is a fully owned subsidiary of Martin Rea. And about 8, 9 years ago, Jason, we were having the same challenges that I just mentioned to you, where we were not lacking ideas of cost savings, but we were lacking on the execution, the discipline of being able to having those go through the finish line. So we started looking for various tools in the market. And what we realized, there was not one software platform that can meet all our needs. And we had to come together with multiple different softwares, which we did not want to do because they don't seamlessly talk to each other. And it was yet not an efficient way for us to manage our cost savings initiative. So we took this initiative internally and built the software. We realized this in 2023, that this is a software that we have built, and we deployed it across all of our 57 locations globally. We were in production for almost 4 years, and that's when we decided that we can't be the only ones. There is a need for this platform elsewhere, and that's how MiNDCAN was born in 2024. And today, we are very proud to say that MiNDCAN has 18 plus customers outside of Martin Rea that are utilizing our platform and gaining all the benefits that we just described to you in this podcast.
So we're talking to you also a little bit today about MiNDCAN Profit Plus. Tell us a little bit about that. I know it's a system built to do exactly what you just said, right?
Yes. MiNDCAN Profit Plus is a cost savings initiative platform that allows organizations to manage all of their cost savings initiatives across the enterprise. Does not matter whether you are in operations, you are in lean manufacturing, you are in procurement, you are in IT. You can bring all of the cost savings initiatives under one umbrella in one platform. You can yet structure them where only certain people can see certain things based on the access role you want to give them. But you will have an entire view for the leadership team in one environment, in one platform, and you can put accountability by I would say by region, by location, by department, down to the individual person. In addition to that, Profit Plus also allows you to collect ideas, cost savings initiatives from folks that are on your shop floor, that are technicians, that are in the field, because they touch your product every day and they have one of the best ideas you can get. Why don't you involve them in the cost saving process? Profit Plus will allow you to do that. In addition, Profit Plus also includes your supply base as part of your ecosystem to submit cost savings initiatives. So here's an engine, here's a platform, Jason, that will collect ideas from your organization, from your shop floor employees, as well as your supply base. So now you've got an entire ecosystem working for you in providing cost savings initiatives.
And I think one thing to understand is that MiNDCAN Profit Plus was built by manufacturing operators, correct, Amarish?
100%. It was built by manufacturing operators for the manufacturing industry. So all of the experience over the years is built in. So when you see this platform, I would say with a very high level of confidence that 95% of things that you are thinking through have been addressed in this platform.
Give us an example, if you could, of Profit Plus in action.
Let's talk about it. This is a platform where you can have one place for all improvement initiatives. Example. We have companies that have hundreds and thousands of cost savings initiatives across all different disciplines. With our system, their leadership team is able to see all of the initiatives in one system, in one platform. But more importantly, are able to pivot away, Jason. If you are not meeting the target for the second quarter or third quarter, you are working with leading indicators, not with lagging indicators. You can precisely pinpoint which department, which discipline within the company needs help. This is not about penalizing a department, but helping them. How do we come together? So one example would be if I know where my pipeline is and what I'm able to hit in the first quarter, but I may find out that my pipeline is not strong enough for my second and third quarter. Well, I know what steps I need to do and which department I need to work with to increase that pipeline. I can do the same thing with my suppliers. If I have a mandate that every supplier needs to submit 3 ideas a year, and I see certain of my top suppliers not submitted any ideas, I can proactively work with my procurement teams to get those ideas moving, or at least have a dialogue with them. So Profit Plus can allow you to see, this is just one example, but there are many more, of what things you need to address versus trying to find out after the fact and you've lost valuable time and now you have to make up for that time and dollar figure.
Excellent. Any closing thoughts? I know that, in today's environment, there's a lot that goes in and around profitability. Give us your thoughts on sort of round out the conversation, if you would.
What I would say is in today's manufacturing challenging environment, profitability isn't just about strategy, it's about disciplined execution. Companies that win are the ones that can turn hundreds of improvement ideas into measurable financial impact or financial results, right? Ideas are great, but till you have them convert and flow through your bottom line, it doesn't mean anything. So if an organization are looking for the structured way to manage cost improvement ideas, drive accountability across the enterprise, that's exactly what we have built with Profit Plus. I highly encourage you to check out our website, mindcaninc.com, to learn more and reach out to us if you think we can help you. I think we can, but we would be more than happy to show you in real time how this platform works and how it can have an impact in your organization within 60 days of deploying it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Very, very much appreciate you shedding some light on, what is a very complicated situation these days. And I know there are many companies looking for answers. And this is obviously one very good solution. Thank you, Amarish.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Thanks again to my guest, Amarish Kapadia from MiNDCAN. And thanks for listening to the program. Come back to this platform for more interviews with industry guests. I'm your host, Jason Stein. We'll see you again next time.